Anastasia,
bringing you your morning announcements.
On WDMS News.
Today is August 29th, 2013. It's a B-Day. Please stand for the pledge and our code of conduct.
Stand.
And please stand. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I am safe, I am respectful, and I am responsible at Dundalk Middle School and in my community.
You may be seated. Now let's find out what happened on this date in history.
Here's a look at this day in history. August 29th.
In 1632, philosopher John Locke, who influenced the architects of the American Revolution, was born in Somerset, England. On this day in 1944, American troops were greeted as liberators by the French as they marched down the Champs-Élysées in Paris after the city was freed from Nazis in World War II. In 1966, the Beatles played their last live concert together at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And on this day in 2005, Hurricane Katrina slammed the Gulf Coast. 145-mile-an-hour winds. The levees around New Orleans gave way, flooding the city. Residents waited for days to be rescued. Along the coast, hundreds of lives were lost and 1 million people were displaced. And that's this day in history.
Today's math problem is, which one doesn't belong? 7, 21, 42, and 63. Be sure to let your math teacher know if you can solve it, and if you do, then solve it. And now here's the word of the day.
The word of the day is sufficient. Molly likes to come to school prepared. She checks her binder every morning before she goes to school to make sure she has a sufficient amount of paper and pencils and pens for her day. And today's word of the day is sufficient. Now for some words of wisdom.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Anastasia with a few words of wisdom. Every day we make many choices. Some choices are very small, like deciding whether to take chocolate or vanilla ice cream. I would choose chocolate. And some are very big, like deciding whether to do the right thing or not. Now listen to great American statesman William Jennings Bryan. He says, "Destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice." Our destiny is basically our destination in life, where we are heading. Mr. Bryan is saying that our choices determine our final destination. They determine the outcome of our lives. If you want to create a successful and happy future, pause for a moment today and ask yourself, are my choices taking me in the right direction? With something to think about, this is Anastasia. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. And here's Mr. Banish.
Morning, Dundalk Middle School. Happy Thursday to everyone. Again, as I continue to go through the building, I really am impressed with the level of teaching and learning that's going on at Dundalk Middle School. So keep up the great work, students and staff. Want to just continue to emphasize the importance of demonstrating outstanding attendance. So far, the first 3 days, we have hit our 94% state target and then some. We've been averaging about 97 to 98% of our students who have been in attendance. We want to continue that. Again, if you want to be successful in school, you have to be here. So again, we want to continue demonstrating that high expectation. Also a reminder of the hallway behavior. We're doing a good job with that. We want to make sure all book bags, knapsacks are locked in lockers. And again, the purpose for that is to make sure all students are safe in DMS. We make sure we're following those rules and high expectations, continuing to know that when students, you leave lunch shifts, other classrooms are still in session, so we need to make sure we continue to walk quietly and respect our classmates and respect our hallways and be responsible at DMS. Today we are going to be having our first character education lesson. This year, actually during today's character education lesson, we will have a special character education schedule. We will also be reviewing this year's PBIS initiative, reviewing the Hoot collection process, what exactly is a Super Fun Day, and how do I make it to an incentive? What happens during Super Fun Day if I make poor behavioral choices at Dundalk Middle School? Review how dance incentives work. Review also what the code of conduct looks like in all areas of DMS. And also to really understand what is PBIS. So again, please make sure you know by the end of today's character education lesson what PBIS is, what it stands for, and how it's going to be used at Dundalk Middle School. Because you never know when there's going to be a teacher, a teacher, administrator, or our PBIS chairs, Mr. Muffaletto or Mr. Roth, Ms. Birch, who are going to be going around and asking students to say, what is PBIS? What does it stand for? What is the purpose? And if you know your answers, you can earn hoots. Again, if you're able to share that information, when people ask you, you will be able to get additional hoots. So again, please make sure you focus on today's our character education lesson. If you note right now the schedule is being displayed, please take a moment and note that. Teachers, if you want to post that on the board, feel free to do that for your individual grade level. Again, we will be following a special schedule for character education lesson, and by doing this schedule, all classes will be able to be seen today in almost its entirety. And in fact, our lunch shifts, we're not going to be shifting much at all like they have been. So again, I want to thank Mr. Muffaletto for creating this schedule, because this schedule will really benefit our students and our staff. So again, teachers, as you're looking at that, please jot down your schedule for your respective grade. And again, today will be our first character education lesson. We will have character ed monthly based on the needs of our students at DMS. Thank you.
Also, not only is character education today is National Chop Suey Day. Yum.
This is Jasper,
And Anastasia.
telling you to stay classy, Dundalk Middle School. Oh boy.